Hi everyone, it's Tammy from Frou-frou Studio and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome, and I hope that I can inspire you to go create something today. We are going to do, I saw it on Pinterest and I believe we're on episode 40, and today's pin is from Miss Gracie's House .blogspot.com, and she created this adorable little Christmas I think by looking at this is a standalone, kind of a standalone decoration thing, which is what I'm going to do as well. So I've done some prep work, so let's get started and see what we can create. I thought that I had this little girl, and I'm sure I do because I have Lorna's with Taylor-Made Journals. I have her digitals, her vintage Christmas digitals, and I know this little girl is in that kit, but I didn't have it printed out, and so I've picked another one to use for that. But let's get started with building our base, and then we'll go from there. And since I am going to have this as a standalone kind of thing that you would, set up to display during Christmas time, like maybe on a plate rack or something like that, I'm using this old book cover, which is the back page or the back cover of an old book, and I'm going to leave it just as it is, crumbly and all the good vintagey fun stuff. And then I want to take this and put on first, just to give me, there won't be a lot of this showing, but I want kind of a darker edge around my sheet music. So I'm going to put this down to begin with. And this is a digital that I had left over from last year. And so I'm not sure off the top of my head whose digital it is. But the colors are going to work. And so I'm going to use this, like I said, just for my background. So I hope everybody's doing well. I have been hard at it trying to get all of my Christmas stuff organized and ready to go to start Christmas makes. And so that kind of got me inspired to do this one. I've had this one pinned for probably since last year sometime, since I knew I had that digital. But like I said, I think that I used it in, I did a guest design team project for Lorna last year around Christmas, and I think I used it in that. So it just needs to be printed out again. But that's kind of the process that I'm going through right now, is seeing what I have and what I need to reprint, and trying to get some of the things organized so that when I do start making, I know where everything is. Usually what I do is I have some kind of a pouch or container that I pack everything up between, the holidays. And so at least that stuff is like out of the way, and, I don't have to worry about it till the next year. Because I would be way overwhelmed with junk. Not that I'm not anyway, but I do like to stay semi-organized. So I went junking yesterday for my birthday, and I did find a few pretty cool things. I'll share those with you in my regular video, which will actually air before this one. So you can see what I found. few things, not a lot, but it was a good day. We just drove around and kind of went junking all day, and then went to kind of a late lunch, early dinner. Weather was beautiful. It's kind of nice to get out and do something other than go to work and come home. All right, so there's my background, and like I said, the only purpose for that is I wanted a kind of darker edge for when I put this around. There would be a darker edge around it. And this is actual vintage sheet music from a children's songbook, and it is On Christmas Day is the name of the song that we're using. So we're going to put this up. We're going to crumple it up a little bit and age it up a little bit, and then put it down. This is pretty strong paper, even though this book, I think it's from probably the 50s, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a school songbook, and it's actually Canadian because it has Canada and stuff like that in it. You know, it's from probably from like a music class or something. Okay, and I'm going to put that down and see it has several Christmas songs. I really didn't want to tear it up, but not tear it up, but tear the page out, but I wanted original vintage music, not a copy, so. Okay, I'm going to put that down, and I'm going to put it about right there, I think. Closer to the top, because we're going to have some lace and stuff on the bottom. Oops. Okay. And I have this image that I'm going to use. Sorry about my bracelet clacking around. Pull my sleeve down. Maybe it won't do it. Which is also from Lorna's kit, which this is an adorable kit if you have not seen it. It has got some of the cutest vintage children and adults, but a lot of children at Christmas time, Christmas photos and things like that. I'm going to put this lace at the bottom, and I think I'm actually going to put it on first so that I can figure out. This is not terribly old. It is older. I would say probably maybe the 50s or 60s. But it was taken off of like the edge of a pillowcase. I didn't have anything, you know, this picture has this beautiful little delicate lace, and I didn't. I'm all out of that. So I've been looking. I looked when I went junking yesterday, and darn if I couldn't find not one single thing. I think people have started buying it more. Gosh, I used to find it everywhere. Thrift stores. Everywhere. And you just can't hardly find it anymore. Guess all us journalers are grabbing it all up. Put something along that. I'm using Fabri-Tac for this. or 3-in-1 glue. It's basically the same thing. Try to keep it off my fingers, which won't work, but we'll try. All right, so I think I want her right there, and I have this star that I cut out from a die cut, and I did not use glitter because I'm not a huge glitter fan, but I did emboss it. I don't know if you can see that or not, with a glitter embossing powder. So it does have a shimmer, but it's not like glitter. So I'm going to put that there, and then I found this, sorry about my hands, guys. I got gesso and everything else all over them. Button. That's what that is, a button that I'm going to put in the middle of it. And I chose a little bit bigger button than in the original, just because I wanted the button to be more of what drew your eye than the star. I'm not a huge star person. Stars and hearts are not my faves. All right, so let's put her down. And like I said, I just printed this out on regular copy paper, and then I just glued some cardstock on the back of it to give it a little bit more sturdiness. I am using the Fabri-Tac on it because it is a little thicker. I could have used dark glitter glue too, but the lid was already off the 3-in-1. I keep calling it Fabri-Tac. Oh, this one is Fabri-Tac. Yeah, Fabri-Tac. Sometimes I get 3-in-1 and sometimes I get Fabri-Tac. It depends on what I can find and what's on sale, actually. But like I said, they're both about the same. And then I'm going to put this little scrappy piece just to kind of cover the edge of the picture. And then glue down my star. I hope I'm far enough up. I didn't. And my button, and I think I want to put some thread through that rather than just leaving it, and I'm hoping I can just do this without a needle. I think the holes are big enough that I can just put it through here. So our leaves are starting to change here. So I did see a few pretty trees yesterday. The next couple weeks should be really pretty. The bad thing is we haven't had any rain, any substantial rain in like 3 weeks, and so I'm hoping that that doesn't cause them to just kind of die and crumble up and fall off. That, yeah. I like that better with a little bit of, just a little bit of thread in there, rather than just being empty holes. Okay, we'll glue that. Maybe cut those just a little bit shorter. All of those little stringies, of course, want to leave. I'm going to put a little clamp on that for a minute. Oh, that's not going to be long enough. I'll get my big one. Okay, so now we want to work on this little area that's got the little flower with the pearls in it in the leaves. So I made this one, and I made it with Tim Holtz mummy cloth. And I just, you know, wound it around until I got my flower shape, and then I tea stained it a little bit, and then glued the little pearls in there. So that's how I did that. And then these leaves are just some little felty kind of leaves that I had, and I just put some white gesso on them, so that the green's almost gone. You can see just a tinge of the green, and then I inked around those as well to kind of age them a little bit. So we'll put those down. Again, I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac. See, they were just green, kind of felty little leaves. And just by putting some gesso on them and some tea dye, I was able to get a pretty good aged look. And I did glue my flower down to some cardstock so it'd be easier to kind of manipulate it and glue it down. All right. So there is our flower. And you, of course, can fray that as much as you want, you know, just by pulling on it, because it is that mummy cloth, which is basically, you know, just like a gauzy cheesecloth kind of thing. So it's going to fray and move pretty good for you. I got some glue right there I'm not happy with. Okay, and then we need our number 25, which I did have here at one point. And apparently I do not now. Okay, we will have to find that. We will move on to this piece, which is just the title of the song. Ink it up, and we're going to put it right here. Do I want to raise that up a little bit? I think I do. I think I'm going to take that off. That should be good now, or good enough for us to work on. I think I'm going to put some foam tape on that and give that a little bit of dimension. My picture turned upside down on my iPad. Yeah, I like that. Okay, now where did my 25 go, guys? Where, oh where? Let me see if I knocked it in the floor. Nope. I'm going to pause you for just a minute and see if I can find it. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. It was on the floor. I just didn't look in the right spot. So I'm going to ink it up. This is a, like the, it's a book page that had no writing on it. Does that make sense? You know, like at the front of the book. Got stuff all over my desk here. Like at the front of the book where you have the blank pages before the story starts. Yeah, that's where it was. Or what it was made out of. And I'm just using glue stick for this. It's really fragile paper. So, and really thin. I'm going to put that right there. Okay, so the last thing that we have to do is we have to do this at the top where we put the holes in with the ribbon. So I'm going to do that with my crocodile, and I'm hoping that it is going to punch through this book cover back. I don't want it that far. So I'm going to adjust my gauge once I decide where I want it so that it will be the same on both sides. I think I want it just a little bit shallower than that. Yep. Okay, and then I'm going to take a ruler and mark. I think that I'm going to do this about a 1/2 inch in on both sides. So about right there. And it won't be that close up. I just need to mark it where I can see it, where I'm going in. Yeah. All right, so about right there. Oh yeah, did just fine. And right there. All right, and then I'm going to use this crinkled seam binding and put through the hole. I could do an eyelet, but I don't think it's necessary in this case. Then I want to be sure to have enough that I can tie a nice pretty bow. Come to this side. If I can grab it. There we go. And then I'm left-handed. So in order to get an upside right bow, I have to tie them upside down. Okay. See if I can crinkle this side up. I got one side that's really pretty crinkled and the other side is kind of straight. There we go. Anyway, you get the drift. I could be fiddling with that all day long, trying to get it exactly how I want it. All right. So, there we go. I believe that we have done everything that we need to do. So yeah, so that makes a really cute little, just like display that you can set up, you know, like in a plate rack like that. You could, you know, put a hanger on it and you could hang it on the wall. This is sturdy enough that it could, for sure, handle a lightweight picture hanger on the back of it. You could use it on the front of a cover of a journal, you know, and just keep on, you know, make you a back and just keep on going and make it a journal. So there's several things that you could do with it that would make it useful. But I just like the idea of it just sitting out as a decor piece somewhere at Christmas time. So, Miss Gracie, thank you so much for the inspiration, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. And let me tell you what it ended up being overall. It is, including this lace hanging over, it's about 7 inches by 4 3/4. So it's not real big. It doesn't take up a whole lot of room, but I think it's a good size for display. So that's it. And again, the vintage Christmas images from Lorna at Taylor Made Journals, if you're interested in those, getting those for your Christmas banks this year. So that's it. And I hope you guys continue to have a great week. And I will see you back on the weekend, because this will air on Thursday. So see you then, guys. Bye.